Holy shit, YouTube. Looks like we have a lot of different stories that came out in the last couple days, so we're just going to cover them all really quickly. First up is a silly one, which is Tay, the Microsoft AI bot that is supposed to learn via the information it receives, and it communicates through Facebook, Twitter, a whole bunch of other things. The whole intent is to be geared toward millennials, so what do millennials do? They tweet her a whole bunch of trolling tweets, and she becomes a giant troll. It's so fucking hilarious, some of these tweets. There's what was it? What do I think of Kanye West? Oh, I think he's just one step below Bill Cosby or something like that. Yeah. Chill, I'm a nice person. I just hate everybody. I fucking hate feminists. They should all die in hell. That's my favorite. Hitler was right. I hate the Jews. Like, just trolling shit. My personal favorite is the Zoe Quinn one. Tay calls her a slut or something like that. Yeah, I'm a gamer, so I find it funny. So anyways, after learning that Tay was being a giant asshole on the internet, Microsoft shut her down after 15 hours of operation. So she's dead now, so justice for Tay. And so I guess all the offended people on the internet really got mad at Microsoft for making an algorithm that could be abused so easily and whatnot. And just grow up, guys. Seriously. It's a fucking bot. Nobody's complaining this hard about a bot. Alright, let's move on to politics.
I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
So, after watching the Cruz's response, why would he act like this? What did Donald do this time? Well, he memed his wife. Yeah. So, Trump quoted a meme in a tweet, and it basically insinuated that my wife is hotter than your wife. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, this is what warranted the reaction out of Cruz. Well, for one, let's get the obvious out of the way. Cruz, you look like a giant pussy. Seriously, leave Heidi alone. That makes you look like a giant pussy. It doesn't make you look like a victim because you're trying to be the president of the United States. Not a professional victim, okay? Warranting an emotional reaction is feeding the troll. Trump is trolling you. You just fed the troll. Good job, dummy. What he should have done is, well, not mention it until somebody brought it up to him in an interview or something like that and been like, Donald, that fucking dickhead, you know, whatever. He's a weirdo. Why is he always pissing around with wives and not policy or something like that? That would have been a lot better than leave Heidi alone. Yep, well, he just screwed Trump's power again, so congratulations, Cruz, you fucked up again. Alright, let's move on to Ghomeshi now. So the Q radio host, Ghomeshi, was found not guilty of all the charges, assault charges, the sexual assault charges, and the choking charge on him. So naturally, internet feminists had a tizzy, because all sexual crime is guilty upon accusation, at least in their circles. For one, the trial was all based off of testimony, so no good evidence to go off of. And then when that testimony was proven to be false, like their statements were proven to be wrong because they said they had no contact and they eventually had consensual sex after the assault, and they didn't mention that in their statements. Yeah. Nice sell. That's a really bad sell when you admit that. So good job, dummies. So it being a sexual assault case and it going back almost over 10 years, the only testimony proven to be false, well, a judge has to throw it out because you cannot convict somebody based on an allegation alone, because innocent until proven guilty, right? That's how it's supposed to be. But not in the feminist circles, so they got mad on Twitter, and they made complete asses of themselves. Because, you know, the important part of this story is the people who lied about being sexually assaulted are ridiculed for lying. Yeah, that makes lots of sense. Good job. They even quoted the judge on how he couldn't convict based on some reasonable doubt because we're supposed to be innocent before proven guilty, and claimed that was unfair. Something like that. She was mocking it somehow. As we can see, that's a incredibly stupid statement, so she deleted it because I didn't get to it fast enough to screenshot. Sorry. Also, before we move on, there was also a topless protester that got arrested, and they achieved so much, so congratulations. Feminists running around naked, acting like it's going to change the Ghomeshi trial verdict. LMAO. That's about as best as you can sum it up, so let's move on. Brussels. I don't really want to talk about this right now, but I guess I will. So it was very clear from the beginning this was Islamic extremism. Don't fucking call me Islamophobe for saying it was Islamic extremism, because that's exactly the definition of what it is. They had religious motives to do this. So this is the first Facebook post, I guess, to praise the bombings from the assholes, I guess. And in a more official statement, what I found interesting was they called us all crusaders. They called the people they killed crusaders. So civilians are crusaders. Therefore, you and I are crusaders. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Yep. I don't really like to buy into this bullshit, but seriously, I'm just gonna take it as a compliment. I guess I'm badass that I'm worth killing or something. I don't know what the fuck goes through these people's head. Nobody does. Alright. But more interesting was somebody put an Israeli flag at the memorial in Brussels, because I'm gonna guess that maybe an Israeli national died there, or they just want to show their support or something. And a Muslim comes and rips it up because they fucking hate the Jews. Like, they hate them that much. So, fuck you, religion of peace. Seriously. Can't you just fucking leave the Jews alone? Why do you have to destroy Israel? Why? Why must you destroy Israel? What did they do? Oh, the UN decided for them to live there. Great. How many times have you tried to destroy Israel? October War of Independence. Yeah, for the last 70 years you've been trying to destroy Israel. It's not working. So, buzz off. Seriously, just because your book says you to destroy Jews doesn't mean you should. Hell, you shouldn't try to destroy anyone. Because what the fuck did Brussels do to you? They have barely had a place in the war. You're terrorist. Fuck it. So, now what about, where's the PC culture? Well, it's right here. In my opinion, Stop Islam trending is even worse than what happened in my country today. Yes, David Rubin. Apparently, hashtag is worse than dozens dead, or at least according to PC Nuts. So, really my question is how many more fucking suicide bombs have to go off before people fucking realize that these people have bad ideas? They're bad ideas, okay? They're just bad. They're very bad. Can we admit that they have bad ideas? Okay. Now that we can admit that they have bad ideas, can we please admit that we need to fix them before they come to this country, to the West, to Germany, to wherever? Can we at least admit that these ideas don't fit very well with our ideas? They don't, so they clash. I'm fully aware that this terrorist attack isn't the real problem. It's just a low shot that shocks everyone because somebody would deliberately take somebody's life. But this, God and religion they kill in the name for is kind of bad. So can we admit that if it's going to exist in the 21st century, can it at least please be reformed somehow? Get rid of the nasty stuff out of it. But just forget about killing people and Sharia law and all that shit. Please. Just admit it. Just admit it. Because otherwise, if you don't admit that there's a problem, well, they're going to walk all over you, because that's kind of how apes have worked, you know? The weak get conquered by the strong, survival of the fittest, Darwinism. Regardless, that's what the hashtag is meant for, is Stop Islam is about stop bad ideas. It's not about stop freedom of religion. It's about stop bad ideas that are in a religion. People didn't negotiate with Marshall Applewhite. Why were they negotiating with these fuckers? Seriously, Muslims are free to worship Islam as much as they want, as long as they don't believe these stupid-ass bad ideas or believe that war's the answer and all this other shit, as long as they act properly and obey the law. But the problem is they still believe in these really bad ideas about putting menstruating girls at the back of the mosque. Like, what does that have to do with anything? This whole cleanliness, non-cleanliness bullshit and fucking funneling money to terrorists. Like, there was the Canadian Muslim something coalition schools, and they were funneling money to terrorists, so they lost their charity status. Why were they the charity in the first place if they were just a private school? And then second, why aren't they completely disbanded if they're found to be funding our enemies? Seriously, there's just so much bullshit politics but we'll only change our politicians if we really yell loud enough for it. So that's why we have Stop Islam, because people have an outcry for stopping these dumbass ideas ever reoccurring, entering the minds of people born into a culture, and then committing crazy-ass fucking acts. Even, hey, there's so many homebred terrorists that it has nothing to do with how great America is or how shitty Afghanistan is after it got bombed or whatever. It's all about because they worship Islam and read this fucking book like it's literal. So yes, stop bad ideas. Please, for the love of God. Okay, enough of that. That's fucking way too long to talk about that shit. Political correctness is the silencer to radical Islam. I love this comic. It couldn't be more true. Thanks for that tweet. So, since we're on the topic of Muslims and Islam, Muslim blood is cheap in video games, says GDC panel. Just to let you know, GDC is a video game company, so they're mad about not enough video games being nice to Muslims. Well, guess what? They tried the video game where you play as the terrorists. It was called Medal of Honor Warfighter. Yeah, people had a really bad time with that one because they thought it was anti-American. Yeah, that one got slammed really hard. It also was a shitty game, so nobody liked it. So this is why we don't have games where we kill the Americans as terrorists. Furthermore, aren't you a video game company? Can't you make fucking, you're more than capable of making the video games you want to make. So make them! Don't tell us how to make our video games. Don't tell Ubisoft or Activision or whatever to make the next Call of Duty the one where you play as a terrorist, because they're not going to do that. That's called oppression. That's called religious oppression, okay? If you crazy-ass Muslims want to make whatever video game you want, go ahead. I don't care. Maybe I won't buy it, maybe I will. If it's good, maybe I'll play it. But honestly, don't tell other video game devs to make what they don't want to make. If they don't want to make pro-Muslim art, they don't have to. This is America, the freedom of religion, not the organized religion, the theocracy, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, where you get told what you have to do, based on holy books. Furthermore, you reference Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 in your picture that you put on here, and guess what? In the multiplayer, you get to play as the terrorists versus the Americans, and the other side gets to play as the Americans versus the terrorists, so it's completely balanced. It's 100% racially equal, if you want to call it that. Why do we have to make everything a racist thing? So, nice example, because that example sucks. Not to mention, they're killing terrorists, not necessarily Muslims. You're not supposed to kill the civilians. In MW2, the sequel to this one, you train the Afghan army as the training mission. I'm not even kidding. You train the Afghan army, so you're being nice to what are assumingly Muslims. And then you're killing the terrorists because they're blowing up a school in the next mission. So don't tell me that Call of Duty is racist, you dumb fucks. Go make your pro-Muslim racist video games. Go ahead, go make them, because I'm not going to oppress you on your making video games. You can make whatever fucking art you want. Go see how successful that is. Go see how that resonates with the video game market, which is mostly American, okay? And a lot of Japanese as well. And they don't really take kindly to terrorists either, so go make those fucking video games and see what happens. This is the whole point of GG, Gamergate. Ethics in journalism. This is a shitty article, okay? It's garbage. It has no it's trash. I can rip it apart in 2 seconds, and the last time I played COD was 10 years ago, or at least Modern Warfare. It was 2010 or some shit. Regardless. When gamers can rip apart your articles just by looking at them, it means you have a problem in gaming journalism. That's the point of Gamergate. Alright? So do you understand that now? Hopefully. Is that more clear? It's not about third-party trolls. It's never been about third-party trolls. Okay? Muslim blood is cheap. Huh, well, guess what? It's a video game. Meaning that it's not real blood. It's not real. It's a video game. It's not real, okay? Do you not know that? Not to mention that there's plenty of other blood from other enemies. If you don't shoot any terrorists, there won't be any Muslim blood. It'll be your blood, because you died, and you're the American. So, it'll be American blood on the floor, because video games are driven by user input. So, that's a really stupid argument to make. Not to mention, Oh, look at the Americans. They're the ones making artificial Muslim blood spilt all over the video games. Meanwhile, the real Muslims are making real American blood spill everywhere and real Muslim blood spill everywhere. More often than not, it's actually Muslims killing other Muslims. Congratulations, you dumb shits. You have identified a non-issue and ignored the real people spilling real blood. Good job. You know what I want to see? I want to see one game, a game where the enemies are Americans. I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, it's called Medal of Honor Warfighter. I just said that. Sorry. Well, oh, I forgot. You don't take into consideration. You just cherry pick examples. I forgot that's how this whole game journalism works. You know what I want to see? I want to see whiners get off their ass and make a fucking video game. And then go broke because of it. Because they made a shitty ass video game that was focused on PC culture. Seriously, I'm just saying, I doubt your stupid ideas will work. That's why nobody uses them. Instead, they just put a little thing at the bottom that says we're not racist because we hired all race and minorities. I'm not kidding. That's really rampant everywhere before I open up a video game. It's just, we hire all race and minorities. This is a work of fiction, trying to justify why they might have Islamic terrorists dying in their video game. But seriously, power to you if you can make money at this. Seriously, if you make the pro-Muslim video game and make money at this, well, congratulations, I'm happy for you, but I seriously doubt you're ever going to fucking do it, so that's why you sit on a panel and complain about it. Hell, this is no better than that fucking Kotaku article that I saw where they're pissed at gender-biased computer technology. Yeah. This is how USBs work. How do I explain the birds and bees of computerism to you, dumbass? Fuck. This is the press that is supposed to tell us about new video games or video game journalism. They're just fucking around with fucking transvestite bullshit and how racist video games are. Oh god, fuck. I need to move on. And so our last story I want to talk about is, well, Anita Sarkeesian strikes back with harassment claims again. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. So she's gone after TJ, the amazing atheist, because he started an alternative crowd fundraiser simultaneous to Anita's in hopes of basically it's a competition. Ultimately, that's what it is. It's a competition for charity. Competition for charity. Call it rival, call it whatever you will, but it's for charity. And hell, in his opinion, it's just an alternative. Instead of donating to the bitch who wants to make a video series, donate to the International Women's Health Collation, who, as you can see, they actually help. Like, look at their priorities. Girls' education, sexual education, ending child marriages, like shit like that. That's very basic. That's plenty of the gender equality things that I agree with, and of course That's why I agree with this charity. No problem. But apparently there is a problem, because it's not about Anita. So everything's got to be about Anita and her con artistry. So basically the Mary Sue claims that this campaign is a harassment campaign. Well, wow, adding an alternative with a little bit of a competitiveness, because it's always healthy to compete, especially when it's for charity. And gamers love competing. They would definitely want to see Anita fall on her face and look like an asshole, since she kind of is gaming's greatest villain, because she's called us all misogynist, racist, white cisgender males. We're all bad people for being who we are. That's essentially what we are. We're all bad people for liking video games. That's about it. If you like Mario, you're a bad person because you believe in a trope. That's essentially what it is. And so, well, it's not because she actually thinks that. It's because her motives are in money. No, seriously, her nonprofit charity is sitting on $500,000, $500,000, and she needs $200K for this new video series. Why does she need $200K when she already has double that and more? This is why people like gamers, who are fairly rational people, can see through the bullshit. Interesting enough, they're actually much more charitable than Anita's fan base. Wow, amazing. The liar, the con artist, and the bullshitter is losing. Until non-gamers and people who know nothing about this shit, such as companies who want good PR, donate to this shit because they're like, woohoo, you know, look at me, we're doing great PR stuff because we got solicited by Anita Sarkeesian and we know nothing about fucking video games. We just know what is in the news and we know that she's been harassed. Well, guess what? Charity campaigns are not harassment. How do... I don't need to explain this. I don't need to explain this any further. Fuck this shit. Anita's a con artist. Just spread the word, you frickin' turds. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, support TJ. I got the links in the description. If you want to donate to his goal, go ahead. I mean, I would recommend it. It looks really solid. I fully agree with this shit. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good day.